So, with so many ultra-wide monitors popping up every day of the week, it's hard to judge which one should you get. Now, last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, we did the review of the LG 49-inch ultra-wide. This thing is absolutely crazy, huge beast, but I broke it somehow. I don't know what I did, but due to the fact that me and LG are like this now, thanks Diana, we're gonna review the new 5K 2K ultra-wide 34-inch monitor. Hooah!
My name is Cameron Fous. Welcome to Iconic, the channel for digital entrepreneurs. Hit that subscribe and notification button for new content every week on how to grow your brand on social media while having the freedom to travel the world 24/7 with marketing automation. Be bold, be authentic, be iconic.
Come with me, babe. You wanna break this one? So, the question we need to answer is, which monitor is better? The 34-inch Nano IPS 5K 2K or the ultra-wide 49-inch, both from LG? Now, by the end of this video, I'm gonna give you my opinion on which monitor I like better and which I think you should choose for you. Now, as someone who was in the day trading industry for 14 years, I've gone through a lot of monitors, so I've done a lot of different reviews. I know a thing or two about the best monitor, what you should use it for. Let's get to it. Let's see what we got inside of the LG 5K 2K one accessory box. And we got a display port, and that's what that is called. And also a USB to display port. I know this looks like I don't know what that's called. It's something. Now here is the mount. This is the mount. Pretty sturdy. We have the actual monitor. That was a knife. Be careful, kids. The difference between this and the 49-inch is that this is not a curved monitor, which I kind of like. That's beautiful. Now, these, if I recall correctly, are very easy to plug in. There, look at that. Little twist to the doodah here, twist to the doodah there. Wham, bam, thank you, Cam, not ma'am. Bum, bum, bum. Sweating. This is a Thunderbolt 3 port, pretty clutch. I think we can charge our MacBooks with that one. I believe it's got a lower power rating than the 49-inch ultra-wide though, if I recall correctly. We'll look at the stats. But we also have a display port in, 2 HDMI ports, 2 USB 3 ports, also USB up port to enable the USBs if you're not using Thunderbolt 3, headphone jack in, as well as the power cable. All the things you need. All right, so here we are at the 34WK95U LG 34-inch ultra-wide monitor. Now, this looks, I'm sure from your camera angle right here as well, quite significantly smaller than the dual 49-inch ultra-wide monitors that I had. Now, that was pretty cool. It was a little overwhelming, even though that monstrosity was probably one of the coolest setups I had put together. But I actually kind of prefer just something more simple like this. Now, one of the biggest pros for me of this monitor is having just more space to look at in a small condensed area. The 49-inch, I almost had to like move my chair from one side to the other side to find and look at each side of the space. Now, that was kind of an annoying thing to do. It was almost too wide, if you ask me, but it was giving you a lot of screen real estate to actually be productive and have a lot of things. So, what does the 34-inch have over the 49-inch, which is over there on the other side? It's off. There it is. And then there was light. There she is. That's 49 inches of beautiful beauty right there. Now, that's pretty cool. I did enjoy it. But this has some different features such as Nano IPS display. What does that mean? I don't know. I had to Google it and look it up. Now I don't even know what this means either. This KSF layer allows Nano IPS panels to offer a wider than normal color space, equating to 98% of the DCI P3 reference. You know what that means? Okay, I don't. Which is about 135% of the sRGB space. This allows support for HDR content and produces more vivid, bright, and saturated colors. Now for me, that's a plus, because the biggest con for that 49-inch over there for me was editing photos. I didn't like the colors. The image quality wasn't that great. It was also compressed in this extremely wide image, but the vertical space was not that great. So that was a 1440 up and down. Now, the LG 34-inch has a 2K up and down. What is it, 2160? 2160, 5120 by 2160. So that was a big reason why I like this more, because the vertical resolution was better, which brings me to why I love this monitor for editing photos. Now, look how crispy that is. Look at that, bringing it in, bringing it in. Now this is even a big crop on this photo. We're using the Sony a7R III, but if we reset this to the original, now you can crop this bad boy big time. That's why I love the Sony a7R III, because of that crop. Now they just released the 61 megapixel camera. Now that's some serious crop factor. So when I compare this monitor to the 49-inch for photo editing, 100% I would definitely go with the 5K 2K. Hands down, you can't compete. It's 100% better. Now, what else is another big problem with this? A con of the 34-inch. Now, if you scroll down on the LG UK website, it says, notice, Thunderbolt 3 connectivity is currently not supported for MacBook Pro 15-inch 2018, which is what we're working with over here. So I knew this before they sent me the monitor, and Diana from LG, she said, don't worry about it. Just update your Mac. I said, you're making me nervous. I don't think so. And so we got it, and of course, it worked for about 2 seconds that you saw in the time lapse of us setting this monitor up. It worked for like 2 seconds, and then it shut off. And then below it says, USB-C to DisplayPort will allow you to connect to MacBook Pro 15-inch 2018. And at first it didn't work, but thankfully we did have a DisplayPort to the USB-C Thunderbolt 3, and now it works fine. But the problem with that, again, is what was so nice about the 49-inch was we were able to charge our MacBooks through the Thunderbolt 3 without having to plug in my MacBook charger down below underneath me, in addition to plugging in the DisplayPort to Thunderbolt connector. Now, what was that? Someone's robbing us. So that was a pretty big downside, because now I have to plug in my MacBook charger to charge my MacBook, when I used to just be able to, on the 49-inch, just use the Thunderbolt cable from the monitor to the MacBook, and that was great. That's kind of a downside. At the other point dinged from the 34-inch. I think we have, what's the count? I don't even know, 2-1. So next up, multitasking. I think we would have to go with the 49-inch. Because before, right now, I can multitask 2 windows pretty solid. With that one, I was doing 3. So I think we got to give it to the 49-inch. The 34-inch is struggling behind here. Next up, video editing. Adobe Premiere. This is a tough one for me. I mean, again, like I said before, with the 49-inch, you almost have to go from one side of your monitor to the other to see what you're even looking at. Now with this, quite beautiful. Now, the 49-inch, that gives you a lot of space and a lot of room to run with. Is this bad? No, it's 34 inches. That's pretty impressive. But due to the fact that the image quality, I think, is significantly better on the 34-inch, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the 34-inch. Norbert? That's a no. Norbert's going with the 49-inch due to, you can have a bigger timeline. But for me, again, I go over quality over quantity. Quality, quantity. Quality, quantity over there. So I'm giving it to the 34-inch ultra wide. Nano. IPS, smaller particles that are closer together. Now, for the final test, opinion, day trading. I think I'd have to go with the 49-inch. You don't really need quality of a screen as far as, you know, the actual image quality. I'd say I'd have to give it to that. The setup that we had, multi 49-inch, stacked on top. Nobody has that setup in the world except for Cameron Fous until he broke one of the 49-inch monitors. And now it's sitting in the closet over there. I wonder if I can get warranty for that. Maybe. But LG was nice enough to send me another 34-inch. My only downside here, again, is I can't use the USB-C. They say that the functionality will be supported in the next version release of the Mac OS, which is the Catalina, coming out at an unknown time. I don't know. We tried to use the beta. What happened?
Didn't work.
Didn't work. So as of right now, to use this monitor with a 2018 MacBook Pro, until they come out with a new MacBook Pro, maybe in 2 months from now, the 16-inch, which is, that's a big deal. I want one, but they say it might start at about $3,000, which is about $800 more than the starting price of the 2018 MacBook Pro. But the 16-inch widescreen bezel-less monitor is pretty cool. One last big thing that I want to talk about, which I think is the coolest thing about this monitor, actually. Now, this is a 21:9 monitor, ratio, dimensions. Let's go to Netflix, right? How many times do you watch any sort of multimedia on your device or on your screen where it's just black bars everywhere? We have black bars on every single device that we use. But the 21:9 ratio does what? Gets rid of all black bars. Where's Infinity War? Maybe Thor will do it. I couldn't find Avengers. Oh my Lanta. Would you look at that? No black bars. Have you ever seen something like that? Other than maybe the movie theaters? Because I haven't. Uh-oh. He's not going to get his hammer. Yeah, he didn't get it. But that is pretty significantly cool. I've never seen this on a monitor where the actual monitor ratio of 21:9 is the actual monitor of a movie production. But anyways, guys, that is pretty cool. Now, when I compare the two together, overall, I'm gonna have to go with the 34-inch. On a day-to-day use, quality over quantity, I have to give the winning battle to the 34-inch 5K, 2K display over the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor that I broke anyways, so I can't even use it because I gave the other one to Norbert to edit these videos, because that's what he likes. So it really depends. And I want to ask you guys, which monitor would you use? It kind of depends on what you do and what industry and in what niche you're in. Are you a photo editor? Are you a video editor? Are you a day trader? Are you an entrepreneur like myself? I prefer something more simple and sleek, and this is what I use. So for me, to be the most productive and do what I do best, I think this is it. This is the 34-inch 5K, 2K display from LG. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in to today's video. And I also want to drop a line about my new program coming out, the Iconic Entrepreneur, where I'm going to teach people how to blow up their social media on YouTube and Instagram, grow their personal brand, and learn how to automate their business selling digital products. Now, this is something I have been doing for the last 14 years, running an online business while traveling the world full time. If you're interested in that, there's going to be a link below to my absolutely free training. Anyways, guys, that's it. Be iconic, stay iconic, and I'll see you in the next video.